Hey, howdy, folks. This is Babagenator. We're currently playing the Long Dark, currently in Mystery Lake, getting ready to go to the dam. Carter Dam. That's our next stop. If the wind will die down here a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay. Go to another hour. Okay. Can't hear anything, so that's a good sign. Moose is still here. That's a problem.
This pack is getting too heavy to carry.
If the deer reads you a poem, will you let it live? Maybe. Depends on the poem. The moose, on the other hand, we're just going to have to let go right now. I mean, it's nice that it's here. It means that we could, in theory, hunt the moose next. First, we have to craft our bow. Let's see, I think we're going to try to detour around over the top and over. Not provoke the moose. I never use this route, but hey, we're going to do it tonight. Oh, figures. Come down, or do we go over the top? Well, if we can get to the little train car,
God, freezing.
we at least warm up there for a little bit. It was actually not as far along as I thought we were going to be, but it's okay. Maybe we'll just spend our time up at the tower. Okay, we're going to do a sailing trick. We're going to tack into the wind. So traveling straight into the wind is very difficult, but traveling at an angle into the wind is easier because the force is only applied to, you only get a portion, a percentage of the force applied against you. So while it might look slightly more inefficient to zigzag, in reality it's less energy to do it this way. And sometimes less time, because you're not like slowed down to the minimal speed. You're moving at a faster rate. As much as I want to go straight to the dam, I don't think we'll get there before dark, so I don't think there's any advantage to doing that. Yeah, traveling with an umbrella, on the other hand, unless you're Mary Poppins. This is the other part I really don't want to deal with because I feel like it's about to go full blizzard. And we have not had a chance to warm up, so we'd be losing a lot of condition just to get to the dam. So how was your day, Roller? What were you up to? My day was pretty chill. I did a little bit of work in the morning. Had a team meeting with my boss and a few other people to kind of touch base and see where we're at. And I let her know that I'm pretty close to running out of projects to work on. So we're meeting again on Friday to kind of strategize what I should be working on next. She's already given me a couple things to work on. It's not very exciting stuff. It's documentation stuff or like Yeah, documentation stuff. Or like building, creating walkthroughs. These type of tangible instructional videos or walkthroughs are apparently what her boss wants to see more of, as evidence that I'm actually working. Whereas a lot of what I do when it comes to troubleshooting and analysis, my least favorite is probably writing documentation. Second least favorite is troubleshooting things that are outside of my expertise, but the university does not provide anyone to do that work. So it's like, well, we'll just have you spend your time inefficiently learning how to do this, because we won't delegate someone else to do it. Very annoying to me, but...
I can barely walk with this much gear.
Okay, how are we doing for water? We probably should make some more water. But I did get a chance to meet with a local writer for like an afternoon and a coffee, tea, hot chocolate break, which was nice. Just to chat with someone else. Risky fish. Risky granola bar. Okay, we're okay.
I'm not going to be able to carry this load for much longer.
Okay, let's do the pancakes. So yeah, and then I'm meeting with a different... Oh, forgot to keep the fire going. That was dumb. Should have looked at the fire to see how much we had left. Apparently not anything. Okay.
Come on, little fire.
So I'm meeting with another writer on Friday, so that... Come on, we can do this. Astrid, you can do this.
Come on, little fire. Come on.
But yeah, Friday's going to be pretty busy. I have an early morning meeting, then a meeting with my boss, then I have to go to a medical appointment, then I have to, then I have to come back and then go to this meeting with another writer, and yeah, it's going to be a busy day. Well, the meeting with my boss is on Zoom, so I don't have to go anywhere for that. a meeting with the other writer is it's on my. It's not too far from. Well, it's not close, but it's not far. It's like I'll take the train up there, and it's a few stops, but it's doable. We should start doing these potatoes. Get them out of the way.
This pack is getting too heavy to carry.
Tomorrow is D&D, so that's what I'll be doing tomorrow night. Campaign is going well. I will need to spend some time tomorrow afternoon figuring out what to send them up against. Oh, there. Oh. I gave them a few leads last time. Last time was a little bit more of a shopping episode, so. This time they'll probably choose to go find some trouble somewhere.
Barely walk with this much gear.
I'm impressed they let us fix the hat in the dark. Oh well. Which one had I started reading right? This one? Yeah.
Can you eat trees?
Man, big wind. All we want to do is get over to the dam, and we can't seem to get there right now. Okay. Cooking 3. Oh, let's see here. Okay, we got a wolf over here.
I'm gonna need to eat soon.
So the other day I stopped by my local library to return a book that I had signed out and never had time to read. And what did I do? I went and signed out 3 more books that I don't know if I'll have time to read. Looks good for circulation numbers for the library. No, I have been trying to do a better job of doing more pleasure reading. Now leave us alone, buddy. Just wait until we have ourselves a bow and some arrows. Then we'll invite you to the party.
Wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
Okay, so okay, let's go and do this.
Man, all I can think about is food.
Okay, the bow is done. Don't know if we're going to get an aurora, but we're going to get out of here. And guess we can put our bed down here. Ooh, the cougar is here.
Man, this pack is getting kind of heavy.
Hey, spooky. No, we can't do it in the dark. So the cougar is here. I just don't really know how best to hunt the cougar in this location. I have not explored that. I was going to hunt the cougar at Ash Canyon because I think that's the easiest kill. Because you can hunt him from above.
I'm not sure I can carry much more. I could eat anything right now. I need to find food. I'm starving. I'm gonna need to eat soon.
Okay, so that puts me at, I think, 10 arrows. That's a good start. And we still can make more. Okay, we're going to try to cook outside.
Drop any of this gear.
Too windy.
I could eat anything right now.
Too windy. Oh, the wind died down. Okay, perfect. Okay, we need to boil more water and cook more food. Ooh. So we are officially on day 14. We're day 14 and we finally have our bow. We could do this indoors, but we already spent a big chunk of the day indoors crafting the bow and the arrows. So we need to spend some outdoor time here. Oh, we can make a rosehip pie. Why not? Okay, so it's going to be day 15 tomorrow. That means we have 35 days to hunt. Right? 50 days? Yeah, 35 days to hunt. We're just going to stockpile water here when we can. Okay, we got well fed.
Man, this pack is getting kind of heavy.
Okay, just make certain we understand where the cougar is at. No, we don't want you. Another random spammer. Okay. I'll just wait. Let's see. Can we fix anything? We can craft stuff.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Okay. Time to go hunting. Okay, so let's recall what the tournament says about points.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
So where should we spend our time? Hunting bear, moose, maybe wolves. But bear and moose are probably the top point things to do. Deer are 3, wolves are 5. I think we also want to make a run for to Timberwolf Mountain and Ash Canyon. Where are you at? Come on. Yep. That's annoying. I like let go, hit the wrong button, and it like missed the shot. How annoying. Try this again here. Figures, you're gonna run away with my arrow, aren't you? Yeah, my archery is crap right now, so it's hard to take them down with one shot. He will bleed out. I just... Meantime, we build up our food reserve here. Still running around. Oh, we could pick on birds too. Oh, we should probably make we should make some fire arrows.
My fingers feel numb.
Yep, I heard him fall over. There's some extra meat for us too. That's one officially dead wolf. Where'd he go? Oh, is he down there? Is he up here? Where are you, wolf? Oh, he's down there. Okay. We're on the board. Let's see, what was it? This is wolf is 5 points. We are on the board with 5 points. Yeah, the birds are worth 1 point each and not really worth it for the hunting effort. I mean, they're easy, but
I've never felt so cold in my life.
let's take advantage of our leftovers here.
Come on, little fire.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Oh, that left too long. Okay, I think we go back to Coastal Highway. Or we could pick up all the wolves in the area. Do we want the birds? Guess another trick might be to just carry guts with us everywhere. Could start doing that. Trying to think if we left anything in here.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
No. Okay, we know for certain that we can find bears in Coastal Highway and Desolation Point, so we'll focus on that. And there's lots of wolves on Coastal Highway as well. So. And then at least in the ravine we'll be able to pick up, you know, a couple deer.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
Okay, so
Come on, little fire.
I think we'll harvest this guy for the guts and the meats.
Perfect.
And that will buy us, you know, a way to... It's actually pretty good. Yeah, then we can carry the guts with us and pull the bear and the wolves towards us. Oops. Okay. Okay, let's go find the other... Find some deer. Where are you, dear? Where's our deer at? Well, we could take out the bunnies. Oh, this is a terrible shot. Oh, these are all bad shots. Ah! Wasted a shot. That was terrible. I was like, there goes my accuracy right off the bat. I don't even know where that arrow went. That's how bad that shot was. What was going on with that? That was terrible. Normally not that bad. There we go. Okay, so we're 2 out of 3. Okay. Probably should update this to say 14. So let's see, we got 1 rabbit. And the rabbits are worth how many? 1. So we are at 6 points then. And we already lost one fire hardened arrow. Oh well. Completely disappeared on us. Let's see if that deer shows up. I guess we could kill the bunnies in the little bunny cove area, but I think it's better for us to go and get ourselves to the other side.
This pack is getting too heavy to carry.
You know, I just realized our counter's not going to work for rackers because we need to have an entry for cougars. So, I mean, and maybe we'll move the point section to the front. that. Okay. Well, it's good to have you here. Yeah, we have successfully crafted... Okay, got momentarily distracted. We have crafted our bow and arrows. Well, at least we have 10 arrows. And we have some fire-hardened arrows, although I already lost one of them. Missed my first shot. Like my very first shot, I shot and wounded the wolf, which I had to wait for him to die so I could recover my arrow. And then we got here expecting to find a deer, but the deer was not here. So we shot a bunny, but our first arrow went really wide. I don't know, I jerked the mouse or something and lost it somewhere. Second one was true. I'm good at hunting. Like, unlike most people that hunt rabbits and birds with stones, I always hunt them with my bow. So even though they're not worth much, it's still fun. The cougar is in Mystery Lake, but we decided not to challenge that cougar. My cougar of choice is actually the Ash Canyon cougar. Well, we just harvested a deer carcass so we could collect some guts to carry with us, because I figure that's going to be a smart move if we want to pull predators to us. Unlike most of my runs where I'm much more careful about attracting predators, in this run we actually do want predators, so we'll be carrying meat and guts with us a lot of the time. I think there might be... I don't know. I really don't know what happened to the deer on the other side, but the deer was not there. I mean, if we see any bunnies, we'll take them down. Good to see you, Laszlo. Oh, there's our bunnies. Did it stop somewhere soon? Oh, spooked. Oh well. Should have stayed crouched. Oh well. Yeah, and I'm also I start my streams a little earlier lately. I've been starting them. So I usually am a late night streamer, but or late I don't actually it's not late. What am I saying? Usually start at 8:30 my time, but lately I've been starting at 6:30 or 7 or 7:30 sometimes. Um, I don't know, just been feeling like streaming a little bit more. Oh. Okay. Oh, we brought the rabbit with us. That's right. No. Not going to craft anything, but actually, we're going to leave a little out here in the cold. We'll leave a gut so it doesn't cure. Then if we ever want to travel through without, oh, and pick up a new gut, then we can.
And this pack is getting kind of heavy.
Okay. Don't freeze to death. Yay, we made it through the night. Okay. Oof, that's foggy. I mean, should we try hunting in this weather? I don't know. Ah, missed him right through him. My accuracy is not great here. If I just stuck with with wolves, I'd be fine, but just wait for them to stop. Yeah. Yeah, let's not bother with these guys. That's 2 misses already. Not worth it. They're just taunting me. They keep showing up.
I can't feel my hands. Die if I don't warm up soon.
How are we doing for matches? We have only 19 matches. Okay. There should be another box of matches in Crumbling Highway that we can get to. Because I remember we haven't looted that spot. Oh. And we're over. Oops. I'm going to have to get used to hunting without a torch again. Because that's really the secret about hunting wolves, is just let them charge you. But I'm out of practice in doing that. So the problem with all this fog is I honestly don't know what's lurking for us out here. We get jumped by a very aggressive wolf that just decides that they're going to show up here, which has happened before. Then again, there's a deer when we were here earlier that was running around, in which case we don't want the torch. Okay, we need more coal, so let's take this. Okay, let's see what we left for ourselves over here.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
See? More saplings. How much firewood do we have? Not a whole lot. Time is still early. We need more torches.
Come on, little fire.
Ugh.
Wait. I'm so cold. I'm warming up a bit. This pack is getting kind of heavy.
Okay, visibility is better. Oh, I guess we'll take this. Okay, we're a little bit more light. These still smell, so hopefully that'll pull in a few predators. And the question is, do we go down the creek and see if we can find the bear? It's tempting, isn't it? Or should we hunt the bear from the road instead? Might be better. Use the car. Yeah, we'll go down this way. We'll look for wolves and deer and bear. No deer, just the bunnies. Should get a wolf somewhere around here too. We'll just check the cabin. And grab the feathers from over there.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Okay.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
We'd figure some wolves would show up by now. Well, there's definitely a wolf over here.
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
Oh, I guess we never visited this one on this run.
Perfect. I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Where's our wolf? Very odd. I think we'll grab some coal here, just so we have means to start a longer fire.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
Weird. Okay, so I think we go back to the entrance, we build a fire and get more torches, then we go to the lookout tower, see if we run into
This much gear.
deer or wolves by then. I'd like to get us at least one bear before the end of the stream, but I'm not certain if that will happen. It's going to depend on whether or not weather cooperates and RNG cooperates on this. Because earlier it seemed like the bear in Desolation Point we saw, but the coastal highway bears were a little scarce, so I'm not certain what's going on with that. Okay. Hmm.
Perfect. Man, this pack is getting kind of heavy.
Okay, what are we at right now? So we are at 9.
I am not going to be able to carry this load for much longer.
Okay. Feel like the direction of the wind's changed, and I think we can make it to Lookout Tower without any problems. If there's a wolf up here, we should be able to draw him in. So somewhat slow start to our shooting days, but we'll see. Hopefully pick up pace next stream. Because like this corridor, Coastal Highway, Crumbling Highway, Desolation Point, lots of wolves, deer, bear, moose, everything's here. And then we'll exit to Pleasant Valley and make our way to Timberwolf Mountain and Ash Canyon next. It's weird, he's just not here. Alright, take care, Laszlo. Thanks for hanging out with us. Yeah, we're probably going to go for maybe another half an hour max. Depends. I hear the deer. There he is, up there. Oh, there we go. He found us. Oh, we missed the shot. No. We got too greedy. It's going to be back, though. I can't believe I missed that. He'll be back. Yeah, I got too eager. There we go. That's how it's done. Okay, so we got another wolf. Don't want to lose our fire, so we're just going to leave it over here.
Come on, little fire. Come on.
There you are. This is a really bad angle. That was a hit. we go. Okay, give me a break. Where'd you keel over, buddy?
The sun is setting.
Okay. Didn't get everything off the guy, but we got a little bit of meat. Yeah, we might end here tonight, just because this seems like a good place to stop. We have to update our counter.
Okay.
Okay.
Come on, little fire. That didn't work. Come on, little fire.
Okay, here we go. Okay, we're good to go.
This pack is getting too heavy to carry.
Yeah, we're just tired. Okay. Okay, we are on day 17. We have killed... We are not doing well on accuracy. It's 7 shots taken, 4 hits. We've had better runs. Let's see, we have 2 wolves, so that's 10, 13, and 1 rabbit, 14. So we should be at 14 points. No. That's 10. 13, 14. I guess that's 14 points. And we're at day 17. Okay. Yeah. Let's figure out what we're going to do here. It looks kind of cold out there. So I think we'll just take our stuff. I'm debating whether we want to actually carry guts with us. So instead, what we're going to do is we'll just pass time here to mark the end of tonight's stream. And then we'll pick up next time. Still have to deal with all that wind. Yeah, so I think that's probably it for tonight. And a little earlier than usual, but mainly because we started early and trying to get more sleep. So we'll do that. So yeah, before we wrap up, let's read a poem. And 2 poems, I guess. A poem from someone else and a poem, one of mine. So let's see who we got this time around. I don't think we've read anything from Kazim Ali in a while. So this is from The Far Mosque by Kazim Ali. Poet, fiction writer, essayist, and D&D player, of all things. Yeah, so fellow secret nerd. Let's see what we got here. Okay, this is called Source. In the brain, a silver window where the sky evaporates, then condenses to an enveloped name sealed with an unsigned letter. Dickinson's house, a breeze coming from the inside, sounds bury themselves deep in the woodwork. When a scholar pauses by a closed door, she may not be listening to the music, but to the door, what lingers in the letter, loosening or found, sky name, woodwind, syllable, sound. So that poem seems to reference Emily Dickinson's poetry and kind of plays off of this kind of spare strangeness that kind of runs through Dickinson's work. And so, yeah, anyways, something short from Kazum. And let's go with, I heard back from the editor of the journal that is publishing the 2 letter poems. He says they have a 5-month queue between acceptance and publication. So I won't see them in print until next year. Probably late spring, early summer. That's a bit of a wait. So I was hoping they get published a little sooner, and then I'd be able to share them online. So yeah, all that's incentive for me to send out some more work and try to get some more things published in the next little while, and write some more stuff. Obviously, that would be good. So more things to work on. Let's see what we want to do then. I think, what do we have that we haven't read recently? Okay, this poem is an October poem, so I'll read this. This is the last poem in my first book, The Lost Country of Sight, and this is entitled, I Dream My Father on the Shore, and begins with a line from the poet Wendell Berry from his poem, The Country of Marriage. He has a line that says, what I am learning to give you is my death. Outside, beneath the light of late October's candled sky, the weave of ash and maple burns. We stand silent on the graveled shore. My father lifts his father's ashes from its urn, a strangely heavy thing, he seems to say, his arms swaying, then casting out into the long dark, as if to throw a line, while we wait for some sound, a wave, whatever marks the distance between a father and a son. And when night comes, it comes without a tread, without a word, the stars flickering in their endless retreat, more distant and sure than before, do nothing, while the shadows continue to fill the trees with their cast-off clothes. The harvest is long past. The apples have fallen to the orchard floors. Even my father, turning to go, is almost lost to the reeds already in his path, his figure no more than a pattern of light, a memory of a road that winds through the darkness to our waiting ride home. So that was written so kind of inspired by, I can put this. So this is a poem that began in a completely different form. I remember sort of the circumstances around it. I was at Kundiman, which is an Asian American literary retreat, poetry retreat, and I was in a workshop class, and the person facilitating the workshop challenged us to write in the form of a ghazal, which is a couplet form that has some fairly strict rules about repetition of the last so each couplet has to end. The second line of the couplet has to repeat the same word or phrase at the end. But each of the couplets has to be completely independent, and yet somehow they have to form, it's often described like a necklace of pearls. Each pearl is unique and stands on its own, and yet is loosely held together in this necklace. And so that's what the ghazal form is. And there's a couple other like things you have to do to make it that form. Anyways, I set out to write this thing, and I began writing like this poem as if it were a ghazal. And halfway through, I just realized the poem was going a completely different direction, and the form was not working. And so I gave up on the form, and I just wrote the poem. And it was interesting because the form, this constraint that I began with, even though it wasn't what the poem's final form wasn't that tightness of thought and this kind of circling back, or this like independence and yet tied together idea did kind of heavily influence like where this poem was going. But in the end, I ended up changing around a lot of things, and I abandoned like sort of that need to preserve the same word at each end of each line. And so it became a completely different poem. It riffs off of like it's really me. The poem's really me imagining my father, and it was my father and his siblings scattering his father's ashes. And this happened, when I was in the States and they were in Canada, and I was not able to make it there for my grandfather's, funeral. And so I just heard about the account, and so me imagining that and then having it overlaid with my own father's passing, and thinking about that moment, where it says, my father lifts his father's ashes from its urn, a strangely heavy thing, he seems to say. And then it kind of moves on, as if to throw a line, while we wait for some sound, some wave, whatever marks the distance between a father and a son. And so in this moment, there's this literal casting of the ashes, the father, flying further and further away from the son. And then there's also sort of that emotional distance, and that spiritual distance, that separation between the living and the dead. And then that doubling up again of how that echoes, like in that moment, I'm also thinking about my own separation from my father, and what is that distance. And then there's always, just even when you're alive, my father and his father did not have a close relationship, and so there was this distance there as well. And it was something that really motivated my father to forge a stronger relationship with me, because he did not have the same relationship with his father. So I think like for me, this is a poem I'm very proud of, because I feel like it came together in a way that felt, even though it's an imagination of a scene that I was not able to be a part of, it feels very true to both that moment and my own moment of navigating that. And I think most people trying to navigate the loss of a parent. So anyways, that's it for us tonight. We may get more poems about my father this month, just because this is his birthday month. His birthday was on the 3rd of October, and so he's kind of on my mind a lot. I mean, so, and then I think a lot of the first book, directly or indirectly touches on that. And sometimes things in the second book and Babbage's Dream will go that direction as well. And I don't know, I've had this conversation with some other poets, and I think like you never really stop writing about loss and grief. It just takes different forms over the years. And so I think it's natural. I think if anything, the difficulty is figuring out what is the new form, what is the new way that this manifests or takes a presence in my work, and not wanting it to feel like I'm stuck in a rut where I can only write things one way. So that's kind of where I'm been working and writing. Anyways, thanks again. Let's figure out where we're going to go next, who we're going to raid. Okay, so who is up next? Who can we go hang out with? So let's say we have AV, Mr. Nice Gamer, who seems to be wrapping up. Nina Conic, Wizzy Wisp, a lot of people I don't know. We'll check in on. Yeah, I think we'll just support some tournament people. So let's go check in on AV. And we can tell them that we started shooting things, so yay, us. Okay, thanks again for hanging out with me. I'm gonna take our raid over to AV, and then we will be back again maybe Friday night. I think there's a chance we'll be back on Friday night.